everybody, I'm Sean Hammond with PremierGuitar.com. We're at Winter NAMM 2012 at the EBS booth. We just heard Etienne Mbappe. He's the bassist for John McLaughlin right now, badass player. And we're talking to Ralph from EBS here about their newest head that they're really excited about, called the Reidmar. Tell us about it.
Yeah, this is our entrance into the Class D amplifiers. So it's called the Reidmar after a North mythic figure, just like the Fafnir. So, and what is special about this? Well, we tried to make we didn't try to make the lightest and the smallest bass amp, but we wanted to make a light amp that is a musical amp that it performs just as good as our solid state amps. So what we have done is a lightweight bass amp that actually doesn't limit the signal to, so it actually allows the power amp to clip, so we can have the full dynamics preserved, which makes it a little more powerful than it is if you look at the figures.
How many watts is it?
It's 250 RMS.
Which would be comparable to?
Well, we have AB against a lot of other models that are around 500, and we also got customers that has done that same comparison, and we think it's competitive with a lot of other that are rated around 500. So.
Okay, cool. So let's run along the front panel here. So there's a character switch right there next to the input. What does that do?
The character is like a mid-scoop, kind of makes a quick way to a nice and smooth sound. And then we have the gain, just to control the input signal. We usually recommend to have it so you just see the lights flicker a bit when you press hard on the strings.
Now, is it? Do you get any sort of overdrive with that, or is it more of just a level?
You can do it, but it's better to turn up the volume until you get overdrive, because you can do that with this one also.
Okay.
Then we have the built-in compressor, which is similar to what we use on the more expensive heads, like the TD660 and the Fafnir 2 heads, and also from the HD350 head. Then we have a filter active switch, which now it bypasses the filters, and now it activates the filters. So
that completely bypasses the EQ?
Yeah, exactly. Then we have the pretty simple layout with the bass, mid-frequency control, and boost or cut in that frequency range.
Okay, now what about the back panel? You've got Nutric outputs, right?
Yeah, we got Nutric speak-on outputs, and we have a line out for so you can take a DI signal to front of house or use in the studio. If you like, you can take only the head and put the DI and use it in the studio with the post, pre, and the ground lift. So.
Okay. Now you mentioned that this is more affordable than like the Fafnir and some of the other the 350.
Yeah, the map price on this is actually $459.
Wow.
So it's. Maybe raise some eyebrows because we are not famed for being like in that price range, but
that's really cool. Now, and you guys also have another new combo that we're going to take a look at, right?
Yeah, we have a bigger brother to the Session 60, called the Session 120. So it's a solid state 120 watts bass combo, pretty much based on the classic 450 head that we have, but scaled down to fit this tilt back unit with a 12-inch and a tweeter in it. So
All right, let's take a look. All right, Ralph, so here we've got the new combo, the Session 120, right?
Yes, that's right. That's right. So, some people recognize it from the Session 60 that we put out last year.
120 watts?
120 watts, it's solid state. Yeah, pretty much classic bass amp, you know, with the bass, and we have added a mid control on this one compared to the Session 60. You got treble, and you got aux input for if you want.
Like in a drum machine or a boom box or whatever?
Or play rehearsal and learn new songs from CDs and stuff. You can mix in with the cabinet. You can also have a phone's output that mute the speakers.
Now, is this 12-inch or 15-inch in there?
It's a 12-inch and a tweeter. We actually tried a 15 when we were making this, but we found out that the 12-inch had a lot more defined bottom, and we could get more volume out of this with a 12 than a 15. So.
Now, is there a separate back panel tweeter control?
Now the tweeter is on all the time. So.
Okay.
And you also have the balanced out, which is post EQ on this one.
So Ralph, where can people go to find out more about this online?
Well,
both things, the Reidmar and the Session.
You can go to ebssweden.com to find information about all this, and we also list most of the US dealers there on the website. We have our distributor is a Musical Distributors Group, which is and they also have their website, but ebssweden.com is the place to go for first-hand info. So.
All right, cool. Thanks, Ralph. Have a good show. I'm Sean Hammond. Thanks for watching PremierGuitar.com.